Welcome to Global Heroes. In this article, we talk about Pride Toronto is back in person. This June, Pride returns to Toronto to celebrate the diversity of the Greater Toronto Area's 2 LGBTQ and communities. Pride has been a long time in the making, from a small gathering of dedicated activists fighting for their right to love and be seen to the vibrant celebration we know and love today. Since 1970, the Pride movement has been supporting 2S LGBTQ and communities in the pursuit of the unequivocal right to be heard, understood, accepted, and respected. From the first picnic organized by Toronto's first queer activist organizations that became Gay Day Picnic, to the first Toronto Pride Week March in 1974 and the addition of the Trans March in 2009, Pride Toronto celebrates the communities that have continued to gather and celebrate the beauty and confidence that comes from being your most authentic self. Pride Live. After 2 years of online programming, Toronto's Pride Month festivities are back and better than ever, returning with in-person events across the city. The long-awaited return will include signature favorites including the annual Trans March, Dyke March, Bi and Pride programming, Blockorama by Blackness Yes, Pride Parade, StreetFair, and multiple stages featuring over 300 2S LGBTQ and artists. The programming will begin on June 1st with the annual City of Toronto flag raising, kicking off a month of festivities. From parties to conferences, art shows to live performances, and much more, this year's Pride is bringing together the virtual events that kept us connected over the past 2 years with the beloved in-person events that have been sorely missed. In collaboration with Artwork Studio, Toronto will be filled with visually striking and expressive art installations throughout June, from Tyler Bury's Duality Illuminated at Stacked Market, Alex Flores' Sustainable Love at College Park, and Mo Pramanic's The Cosmic Explorer in the West Toronto Rail Path. Pride Month concludes with the annual festival weekend on June 24-25-26, 2022, a celebration you won't want to miss. Festival weekend celebrates the return of annual favorites, like Drag Ball, Alton Queer, and Club Quarantine on June 25th, all gearing up for Parade Day on June 26th, where the star-studded main stage will be full of incredible and vibrant performances from this year's headliners, including Jamaican-born recording artist, singer, songwriter, and queen of dancehall Spice, Canada's Drag Race Season 1 winner and hometown Queen Priyanka, and the legendary's House of Miyake Mugler. It is going to bring the city to life, says Pride Toronto Executive Director Sherwin Modest. Throughout Pride Month, we will be continuing our new initiatives to include different art forms, and will give everyone a reason, time, space, and something to celebrate. We cannot wait to welcome back our community to honor the history of protest and celebrate the future. Love and learning. Pride Toronto was founded on the fundamental truth that love prevails, and we are all deserving of it. It continues a legacy that is deeply intertwined with the rich, progressive history of Toronto's queer community. While we celebrate how far we have come as a community, Pride Month is also a critical time to lift up and advocate for many vulnerable groups within the 2S LGBTQ and community who continue to be marginalized and left behind, share board co-chairs Grant Gonzalez and Yuri Hernandez. The 2S LGBTQ and communities, especially Indigenous and racialized people, continue to be among the most vulnerable in Canada, which was especially prevalent during the COVID-19 crisis. While Pride Toronto is a celebration of love and diversity, there is always room to include important conversations about how we can help change our world for the better and improve acceptance and accessibility across our communities. On June 12th, the Pride 2022 Annual Youth Conference, co-hosted by LGBT Youth Line and with support from Let's Stopades, will host 2 workshops around building community spaces during COVID-19. This registration-only event will dive into how communities form, the power of using connections to build and bind communities, and how we can all become successful leaders and advocates for change. Throughout the month, Pride Toronto will be hosting discussions, celebrations, and opportunities for learning across 2S LGBTQ and communities, including events for 2S LGBTQ and seniors, a Sober Pride Oasis, and the Trans Rally and Trans March on June 24th. As well, on June 21st, the Black Queer and Trans Excellence podcast will host a live recording to honor the Black experience through the lens of Toronto's 2S LGBTQ and Black community, with honest conversations and celebrations of Black joy. Thank you for being with Global Heroes. Remember to bookmark globalheroes.com and follow us on your favorite social media platform.